one simple method to help you learn anything quickly and fast, especially particularly good for those who are pursuing their academics, especially the youth. Okay, but before I hit into it, show reel. Pranam, Namaste, my name is Garret. So before I start the video off, please make sure you guys remember to hit like, subscribe and comment your learnings in the comment section. It will be really helpful for my contents, okay, to proceed in the future, okay? So without further ado, I start the video off, okay? So there was this man, he visited the hospital in pain. He was like, oh my god, my stomach is aching, okay? And just so nice, the doctor was out for his visits and his appointment. So he waited in the clinic for about 1.5 hours until the doctor returned. So the doctor returned and he immediately told the doctor, oh doctor, I'm in immense pain, my stomach is killing me. So the doctor returned back and actually opened up some of his medical drawers and supplies. So he took out the right medication and passed on to the patient. So the patient took the medication and after several minutes, right, he recovered from all the pain. And he told the doctor, hey doctor, I've waited for 1.5 hours for you to return and I've cured myself in several minutes just by taking these medical supplies, this medicine, okay? And the doctor replied, isn't this true for all society and human? Because we are suffering from this word ignorance. It's because that you do not know or you do not have the knowledge to dispense yourself with the right medicine. My medical supplies were all sitting at the back and I wasn't here, and you do not know how to dispense yourself with the right type of medicine. Therefore, you suffer an additional 1.5 hours in the whole process. So this is the moral of the story. It shows you how important knowledge is to a person. Okay, so what is knowledge then? A lot of people, you may even heard this, a lot of people saying that knowledge is useless, right? And that ignorance is bliss. So think about this sentence for a minute. Why is ignorance bliss? Ignorance is actually not bliss, okay? Ignorance is anything but bliss. It is stupidity, it is tension, it is anxiety, it is stress, it is worry, it is hatred, and it is actually resentment. Okay, it is anything but bliss. So if you think about it, right? So in fact, in our day-to-day lives, ignorance is actually causing mankind and humanity the worst day-to-day problems in our society these days. So ignorance is actually all the cause of the day-to-day life problems. Okay, so how can we actually dispel away ignorance? It comes with knowledge and practicing of knowledge, right? So once a person says that they want to gain knowledge, then the more knowledge that one person gains would actually help put that person on the right track in life. Okay, and how does one actually gain knowledge? So when a person says that I want to gain knowledge, that person needs to first get the right kind of knowledge that he wants to pursue, he or she wants to pursue in life. Okay, and that person needs to learn not to be contented in pursuing that knowledge. So take for instance, if a person wants to pursue maths, okay, and mathematical skills, okay, so he or she can never be fulfilled by just practicing normal grade maths from high school. He has to pursue further in future in towards A mathematics. Okay, he needs to pursue it in towards higher degree education in pursuit of maths. So he can never be contented if he wants to pursue mathematical skills as one of his career path in the future, or even if as a life skill. Okay, so never to be contented is one of the main drivers. Okay, and that person must also not be in the state of, oh, I finally knew it all. Okay, once that person actually have that kind of mindset, all the learning stops. Okay, I know it all means learning stops. So this is for all across any topics or any knowledge that a person is trying to pursue, because once you feel like you've learned it all, you will not try to gain and take in new knowledge. Okay, so learn this, nobody actually knows it all. Everyone should be constantly learning while they are alive, and learning how to gain even better knowledge and higher knowledge, and always constantly learn to improve their knowledge of what they are learning. You see, so in order for one to actually succeed in life, they must never learn. They must always be ever eager. Okay, they must always be ever eager to pick up new knowledge. Okay, to actually improve themselves. Okay, so that person must find that one distinctive knowledge. Okay, and that distinctive knowledge must be the one that would actually make the whole difference in that person's life. Okay, it could be simple things like, is there any way that I could tweak my own diet to make it even more healthier? Or it could be, is there some other way which I could tweak my meditations in order to make it more effective? So things like that, right? So find that distinctive knowledge that you're trying to pursue. So if, like I say, we use the instance of maths, how can I improve my ways of calculating maths in a quicker method without the calculator or whatsoever? So things like that, how can you better your knowledge each day? Find that distinctive knowledge. Okay, so whenever you get that knowledge, you grab it and you treat it with the help of the beginner's mindset. Okay, so that is the vital information, beginner's mindset. So when we talk about the beginner's mindset, learn to observe young children. Okay, little children, and you will see that they have the best beginner's mindset. A child does not have any preconceived notions. Okay, they will always be observing their toys, they will be pressing different buttons, they will be pulling this, scratching that, they will be ripping things open, they will be observing it from all different angles in the level of curiosity. They will always try to figure out what's this, what's the color, and what's these different shapes that toy is. That's the reason why they pick up things really, really quickly. Okay, they have all the best in terms of beginner's mindset, and they do not have any preconceived notions of anything. They haven't learned how to actually play that toy. So once they actually explore and learn the right way to play that toy, then they will form a notion and they will start playing it in that specific way. However, it will still take a while of practice for them to actually pick up that preconceived notion. You see? So the child is always ever grabbing new information, and is always finding a new world. Okay, so when they are experiencing everything is new in their life, they will realize that they are always eager to learn. So that is the beginner's mindset. Okay, and a child's mindset is such that the child will be able to actually pick up or learn a language in just 1 year short. You see, 1 year flat period, they can actually pick up any form of language. And think about it, after that, we never learn any form of language in just 1 year. We need to pick up a new language, it will be 8 years down the road. So this is just the far difference between how a child's mindset and an adult's mindset is. Okay, so a beginner's mindset is ever ready to always grab anything that is new. Okay, but then once we grab something new, we kill our own curiosity. And how do we kill it? Most often the time, we develop preconceived notions. Okay, how is it that when we develop preconceived notions, it will kill our curiosity? Think about it. Have you actually heard it before? This is how it is, okay? You may have heard certain sentences like, this is how it is how it is, okay? So these are actually preconceived notions, okay? When we have preconceived notions, right, we assume that that sentence is already true, okay? And we try not to develop further and look towards a new answer or new knowledge to actually support that studies, okay? So this is actually particularly experienced by Galileo, okay? Galileo Galilei, okay? He actually experienced this in the past. So 2000 years before Galileo, right? So Aristotle actually started, he stated that these heavy objects, okay, would fall faster than lighter objects. Okay, it makes a lot of sense, right, initially. So for 2000 years, the Western world believed that, okay, and because Aristotle can never be wrong, right? So everyone assumed that Aristotle is gonna be right all the time. And in fact, even Aristotle has actually stated that women have got less teeth than men. So nobody actually bothered to prove him wrong, because they always think that Aristotle is right? And Galileo, in fact, did not have any form of preconceived notions. So he said, okay, fine, let's experiment this, okay? And because he was in Italy, right, he had the advantage of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, okay? And he actually called all the contemporary scientists and witnessed this experiment. He said, I will show all of you, okay? And he went up the Leaning Tower of Pisa and he dropped two objects, okay? And one heavy and one lighter object. So naturally, we have learned in our high school physics, right, that it is irrespective of the mass of the object, that it is the acceleration is because of the gravitational force, and that the light and heavy object would both fall together at the same time. So we've learned all this in high school physics, okay? So all of the scientists, they actually refuse to believe it. They think that, oh, this cannot be true. You must have done some black magic, some hanky-panky business to make these two objects fall at the same time. So they are not willing to let go of these preconceived notions, okay? So we all make our own preconceived notions, which kills our curiosity, and therefore we can't develop further in our knowledge, okay? So one of this joke that I need to end this off, okay? So there was this husband and wife. They've been living with their Uncle Mohan for about 20 years, okay? And this Uncle Mohan was hard to live with, and he's always a pain in their noses, okay? And one fine day, the Uncle Mohan has actually passed away, and this husband and wife decided to finally cremate him. So after the cremation, right, on their way back, the husband said this statement to the wife. You know, for these 20 years that we lived with Uncle Mohan, I was able to tolerate because of you. So the wife responded, what? I thought that this Uncle Mohan was your Uncle Mohan. You see? So in this joke, right, we have already realized that both of the husband and wife, right, have a preconceived notion which they haven't bothered to check whether is this Uncle Mohan your Uncle Mohan or my Uncle Mohan. So this is just as such as ignorance, okay? So we must first learn. The first point of learning is to develop the curious attitude, and with this curious attitude backed with the mindset of a child and not having preconceived notion would allow us to develop any knowledge and pick up anything really quickly in our life, okay? Very useful. So with that, I hope you've learned something from this video. I'm ending it off. Pranam, Namaste.